Earlier this month, the town hosted its virtual special town meeting. The 25 articles covered topics such as land sales, CPA projects, and zoning bylaw amendments. 2 articles were voted by town meeting members to be sent back to the planning board for reconsideration. Brian Boudreau files the report.
Thanks, Kristen. February 8th marked night 2 of special town meeting, where a number of zoning articles were proposed. One proposal that was discussed at length was the rezoning of the Route 1 corridor, or Article 12. This would reclass a major section of Route 1, like right behind me. Town Economic Development Director Paul Helkiotis explains why this article was reconsidered for town meeting.
The article ended up being voted on to send back to the planning board to review some of the issues that were discussed. Those issues included notice to town meeting members about the zoning amendment. The State Zoning Act, Chapter 48, does not require written notice to property owners when their property is being rezoned. I know this sounds odd, but it is one of the odd things about the State Zoning Act. Some of town meeting members expressed concern that they should have been notified about the zoning amendment. The planning department had in fact held 3 public information sessions, had notified all of the town meeting members in October of a public information session that took place prior to the November town meeting that the articles were not taken up on. At that informational meeting, we only had 7 town meeting members attend. So we were disappointed. When this came back up for action at the February special town meeting, some town meeting members were caught off guard because they didn't realize that so many different properties were part of the rezoning. The Route 1 rezoning involves the biggest zoning amendment that the town's ever seen and the biggest zoning amendment that I've ever worked on. The 4-mile stretch along Route 1 has 2 sides, and so we are creating a new Boston Providence Highway zoning district that has on the back side, not fronting on Route 1, new areas that will be an area where there's a line between, in some cases, residential and commercial zones with this new Boston Providence Highway district. Those are the areas that we heard some concerns from town meeting members about setbacks between a residential district and a commercial district. That was the second item of concern that was identified during the meeting. The third was traffic concerns. Part of the Route 1 rezoning includes a proposal to create 3 separate mixed-use overlay districts. One would be at the Everett Street University Ave intersection. The second would be near the traffic circle on Manhattan Street. And the third would be the Vanderbilt area. Some town meeting members expressed concern over the number of new trips, the amount of traffic that could be generated if these 3 mixed-use overlay districts were to be built out. After hearing those concerns, this discussion led to what action town meeting members should take. And ultimately, they ended up voting to send these articles back to the planning board for further study.
Helkiotis also explained why Article 13, which covered open lot storage, was also sent back to the planning board for reconsideration.
The reason why that was sent back for review was because the only areas where open lot vehicle storage would be allowed would be in that new Boston Providence Highway district that would have been created from Article 12. Since Article 12 was not approved and that district did not get established, we could not have an article that directed open lot vehicle storage into that area that had yet to be approved. So that article was also sent back to the planning board for review.
To find more information on these articles and the reconsideration process, please watch the planning board meeting from February 22nd. You can find the meeting on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. For Norwood News, I'm Brian Boudreau.